Hey, I'm very excited to be here today. This is Jan Hibbard, and I'm here to introduce you to my new collection, the Nature Story Holiday Collection. This is a collection of beautiful handmade leather products that I think are perfect for the holiday gift giving season. I'll go into that a little bit more in a minute. I'm also going to tell you some of the other things I'm going to go over while we're here. I'm going to talk about again who this collection is good for and why I think it's unique and worth looking into. There is a catalog that goes with this, which you'll see the link right in the bottom of this video, right below my hand. There is a link. That is a link. If you click on that link, it will take you to the catalog, and that catalog is what I'm going to go through pictures of what is going to be for sale. And I'm going to hold up each item and show it to you individually in a moment. I'm going to talk about a couple giveaways that I'm going to have going on and how you can win some extra gifts if you order from the collection. I'm going to introduce myself and tell you a little bit more about me if you don't know who I am. I'm going to show the collection, like I said, one piece at a time. I'm going to talk about the benefits of becoming a VIP, which is what I call the people that are on my email list. And I'm going to talk about how you can order from this collection. You cannot order a lot of these things directly from my website because this was a limited collection launch, and some of the products are already sold out. An advantage of being one of my VIPs is that you get to pre-order. In this case, it was a pre-order sale, and so they reserve some of the items in this collection, so they are already spoken for, and the limited edition I don't have anymore. So again, I'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later. So let's get going. This collection is, again, for nature lovers. It has things about birds, butterflies, wildlife in general. Those have always been things that are dear to my heart and resonate with a lot of people. People who like the outdoors, who love to watch nature, which I did from the time I was a child, are going to like this collection. The collection is made of eco-friendly leather, biodegradable. So that also ties in with the nature lover in a lot of us, that we want things that are tie us back to nature and things like that. And I think a lot of this really is going to tie you to nature, tell stories, remind you of places, maybe remind you of certain people, things like that. The loon things, if you know what a loon is something that was very dear to my family. So those things especially tie me to my dad and remind me of him and so forth. So I think this collection is, good for that. There are things in price ranges from $18 up to $150. So there's something in here. I think, most of it is in that middle range, a lower middle range, so that I think there's, it's accessible for a lot of different people, or for a lot of different gifts for, different types of people, depending on who you shop for and what holidays you're shopping for and so forth. But also great birthday gifts. Everything in this collection is one of a kind. It is my own creation. A lot of people say, what brands do you follow? Where do you get your inspiration? My inspiration comes from nature. So the birds, butterflies, the wildlife. The other thing that influences me greatly is the native culture, and so forth. I work at a native museum, and so the beauty of their culture, their artwork, the attention to detail, the colors, that inspires me, and that again is reflected in a lot of my collections. Um, so I should introduce myself, I think, at this point. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jan Hibbard, and I have been making handmade leather goods since 1977. So yes, I've been doing this for 47 years. I'm a completely self-taught leather artist. The vest I am wearing right now is the first leather item I ever made. It is still in good shape. I still wear it, and it still even fits me. But once I started doing leather work, and I made the vest, and I, made a few other clothing type things, I realized that really wasn't what I wanted. I discovered the tools for carving leather, and that really inspired me. And again, because of my love of animals and things, that's where I went. Looms were one of the things I started with because I spent my summers here on Lake Winnipesaukee here in New Hampshire. And that is, again, New Hampshire inspires a lot of my art. I haven't traveled around the country too much, but the mountains, the lakes, the rivers, the waterfalls, the rocks, the trees all inspire me. And so that is really, again, and most of this wildlife is found here in New Hampshire, other than, well, actually, all of it is maybe not wild, but it all is all found here in New Hampshire. So it really does inspire me. Um, and so forth. Again, so to access that catalog, click on that link or copy that link, and that should take you to the catalog. It's a Canva catalog. That was the easiest way you could get to access it. I hope that works, because when I tried things like Google, if people didn't use Google, they couldn't access it, or they had to have permission. It was a mess. So I'm hoping this works. Again, I can't really see comments and stuff as I'm going along because I can't see that far and focus and so forth. I am recording by myself, so I don't have any helpers along the way here. Again, so I will be doing a couple giveaways per se, or giving free gifts if you place an order with me. So the first one, anybody that can answer this question, the first 5 people that answer this question, that order from this catalog, they can tell me the year I started doing my leather work, are going to get a free gift with their purchase. And I just answered that question a minute ago. I don't always get a lot of people watching these lives. If you watch it on a replay, you can still answer the question then, and so forth. I would really appreciate if you are watching this video to leave a comment. Comments really help a small business like mine to grow, and my reach on these social media platforms is kind of plummeted lately, and I really could use the reach. So I would appreciate if you'd like the video, share the video, leave comments. That would really help at this point. All right, enough of all this gab. I'm sure you want to see the collection. Again, a lot of the collection is inspired by my family, my life here on the lake. My mother was a bird lover, so birds were inspired by her. My sister was a butterfly lover, and my father and I had the connection to nature together. And again, the native culture is the other thing that influences me, because I work at a museum where I talk about the artifacts and things all the time, or the beautiful artwork and so forth. So next, let's start going through the catalog. Again, I'm going to give you a page number. I'm going to show the item holding it up so you can maybe see a little bit better than what you can in photographs. My photographs are not always the greatest, I gotta say. I do everything myself, and photography is not my strength. Right now I'm in my basement, so I kind of have it dark behind me, but that seems to be the best kind of light that's going to show the product. So it's very difficult for me because, again, the basement does not have any natural light, which is really what I should be recording in. Anyways, let's get on with this. So on page 6 in the catalog is mousse decor. So the first section is all decor, things to hang on your wall. What's great about these items, they're very lightweight. A thumbtack is going to be enough to hold it up. It doesn't have to have a big heavy nail or anything like that. They're very lightweight. They could hang outside on a porch, but it should be like a covered porch. They should not be out where they're going to be getting wet all the time. But if they're in a porch and it's damp and stuff like that, that really should not hurt them or anything like that. They're lightweight. Some of these are too large maybe for a tree, but again, easily to hang in a lot of different places, little corners and things like that. So this is the mousse decor, and this was on page 6 in the catalog. It also shows a mousse ornament. Unfortunately, the ornament did sell out during the pre-order sale. Now, if you can look at this, and I'm hoping this shows, the mousse is 3D. His head sticks out from the piece, making them kind of unique. Of course, this is shaped like a moose's hoof, with the moose in the background in the piece. So this is a $42. And again, the ornament size is sold out, so I do not have that anymore. On page 8 of the catalog is the wolf decor, and I do have both of these. So this is the larger one, and they are different. So the larger one has a beautiful sunset in the background. I really do love this one. And see, as you can see, wolves are 3D. Oops. And then this is a little one. The large one is about the size of my hand. It does say the measurements in the catalog. So this is $45 for the large and $28 for the small. So again, them howling at the moon here, and then this with the sunset in the background. The next one was on page 10 is the bear decor. So again, I have each of these. And so now the bear one in the background is, these are two pieces put together. It has the scene carved on the back with the trees and so forth. And then the bears are sandwiched in between. And have the 3D. And then of course it's shaped like the bear's paw. And then now the order, and then again, that's 45, and then which the prices are in the catalog. And then this is the smaller version, does not have the backing to it. Again, nice for an ornament size. And that's 28, and that's on page 10. Okay, on page 12 is the fish, or page 4, no, 12 is a bison decor. And I really do love my bison. And of course, this is of course inspired. That's my favorite section in the museum where I work, is talking about how they use all the parts of the animal. So this is a large bison. This is the largest piece in, the core piece in the collection. You can see how the bison are very 3D, and the bison itself is carved, his face and his horns, and I don't know if that shows up too well. And then there is this is a large size. So this is 68. It's about 12, 14 inches long. It does say in the catalog. This is the medium size. So this is about 10 inches long, I believe. And again, you can see how very 3D the bison are. And you can see the carving on the face. And again, they're all going to be a little bit different. The position, the poses of the bison within are all going to be different. And then you have the ornament size. And so the medium size was 48. This one is 32. And again, still has the bison where they are very much dimensional, and you have the background carved. And so you have 3 different sizes of the bison. Sorry, you have to go the opposite way than what I think. And again, they all have the nature scene carved in the background, mountains and things like that, and off in the far distance. So that was a bison on page 12. Next page is 14. Again, and there's pages in between that give information. If you look at the catalog, have information about the animals, kind of some interesting facts I've shared along the way. I've showing a lot of the pieces in a natural setting in a home, things like that, to give you an idea of where it can go and what you can do with it and so forth like that. And so on page 14 is the pages I'm mentioning are the pages where it shows it for sale. So just the single item. So now this is the bass. And again, the bass sticks out some. And so forth. And now I only have the large size in this. The small ornament size sold out. A lot of my ornaments sold out. And people, could have them engraved. That's something it does say on the order form. It says something about engraving and so forth. That is not an option anymore. That was something for the pre-order sale for the people who were VIPs and who ordered there was a 3-day window of when you could order and have something engraved and so forth. So that has passed by. Okay, next is a great horned owl, which is this one I really love. It's really very 3D because you've got all the leaves that are 3D. You've got the bird, the owl flying. You've got the one in the tree that sticks out. I think the colors of the owl itself. I get it so it shows better. got a very pretty face, which again, I'm not sure how well that's showing as much as I'd like. So that's $49 for this one. And again, just that one, it just comes in that one size. And then next is the barred owls on page 18. Same type thing, just the different owl. And this one, lighting isn't great on their faces, I'm noticing. You show close up. There. Okay, now you can see his face and the two owls in the tree. I think you can kind of see how it's dimensional as well. So that's $49. So that's the barred owl. And again, there, it does say the size of them. They're, about the size of my hand. All right, and next was the loon. And the loon, the decor piece, I don't have any longer. The only one I have is the ornament in this one. So this is the loon ornament, which is the 3D. Loon. So that's just the ornament is 28. That's 30 rather. All right, so that's that. Now I have these hexagon pieces that this is the first time I ever did flowers really in leather. So these were my own creations and so forth. Since then I found some patterns, but again, a lot of times I don't use other people's patterns. I use my own things and create from a picture. Like I look at the flower and I try to make what the petals, the shape and so forth of it and play with it that way. So these are, again, hexagon wood frames that I've stained, and then they have the 3D leather butterflies and flowers inside. So this one is called Hibiscus Haven. There's a swallowtail butterfly, a hair streak. It's called the Great Hair Streak. Again, it doesn't look very straight the way I'm holding them, but you can see the flowers. They're very 3D. So I think these are very unique pieces. Again, you're not going to find any of this stuff anywhere else. These are my own creations. Nobody else is creating things like this. I'm not looking at anybody else's designs to create this other than the flowers themselves in nature and so forth. So now and these are $59. There's 3 of these, and they're all slightly This is called Sunset Hibiscus. And this one has the monarch in it, and this moth down here in the corner is called the Urandid moth is really what it's called, but it is also called the sunset moth, and it's from Madagascar. So that's why this is called Sunset Hibiscus. And kind of the colors of the sunset, the oranges and the yellows. So again, very unique pieces. Again, still not heavy to hang on the wall. I mean, this would take a nail, maybe a push pin, though, really would probably be enough to hold it, depending on what your wall is. But I think that would really be enough. And then this one is Purple Passion, which actually, I think this one, it really is my favorite. I love the colors because of purple and the teal. So this one has the purple orchids. This one has orchids for flowers, and then the pipe vine butterfly here, and some hair streak butterflies at the top. Again, so I think those are very unique pieces, and again, just one of each of those. Those are definitely original thing you're not going to find anywhere else. Not that any of anything else you're going to find other places either. All right, so next we're going into feather decor, and this started on page 27, and they are all shaped like the feather of the bird. So a cardinal is shaped like a cardinal feather. a hawk is shaped like a hawk feather, a loon is shaped like a loon feather, and then it's the colors of the feather, and then it has a 3D, again, cut out in the center like these other pieces did, showing that bird in it. So the first one on page 27 is the cardinal, and that's sold out in both sizes. Cardinals are always my best seller, and I made quite a few of them, and they still got wiped out. So those are gone. So I don't have that to show you. On page 28 is the loon. And in the loon, I just have the one large feather. So this is a loon feather. So say the loon feather would have these two white dots on, and the black and the white. And then in the center of it, you have the loon, and there's a baby on its back there. And amongst the cattails and the trees and so forth in the background. So again, very lightweight. These are all the decor feathers are all about 7.5 inches long, but still light enough to like hang on a Christmas tree. I know some people have really big ornaments on their tree. This could be used that way. The smaller version of these feathers are about 5.5 inches, so are a perfect size for an ornament. A lot of people hang them in the cars, all different uses for them. But again, I'll show you some of the other ones. I will have the smaller size to show you. So that's the loon, and this size is 29. Next was on page 29 was chickadee. The chickadees all sold out. Those are a real popular one because, of course, they're a Massachusetts state bird. You see them a lot here in New Hampshire. Those are favorite for a lot of people. So the chickadee side, both feathers have sold out. The barred owl are on page 30, and I have some of those. I have these two. I think these are actually a slight bit different than what's in the catalog. I think in the catalog, they're both sitting in a tree. But these are pretty much, and again, the colors is not shown well on that one. They are pretty much the same. They're one sitting on the stump and then one up in the tree. And again, the different sizes. You do have the detail of the birds in there. Yeah, I think this one over here shows. Yeah, that shows pretty good. And again, very lightweight. So 29 for the large, 24 for the small. And on that page, it also showed the single barred owl, and I only have this in the small one. We'll show the one barred owl sitting in the tree. And that's 24. So those were on page 30. So next is chimes. And again, all the chimes have beautiful brass sleigh bells in them. They make a beautiful sound. On page 32 was the moose, and the moose did sell out. Of course, moose are very popular here in New Hampshire too, because we do have a lot of them. Of course, ticks have cut down the population a great deal, which is what I mentioned on the page there. On page 33 is the bear. So this is a bear, and again, the sound of the bell. It is a pretty brass sleigh bell. They really are, they are for horse sleighs. They are from the Weather Company sells a lot of things for making horse gear. So, and the bear is carved. You can see it has some dimension to it. And so that's $30. That's on page 33. On page 34 is the bison. Again, same sleigh bell in each of these. Cut out in the center in the middle. So the bison is $34. The cardinal is the next one. Most of these I only have one, some of two. I know the cardinal I only have one of. Some of these other ones I do have two of, but that's it, one or two. The cardinal is $30. That's on page 35. And again, a lot of cardinal lovers out there. Well, it reminds us of people that have passed. Again, my mother, a lot of people say their parents, their mother were cardinal lovers, things like that. So they do have a real connection there. Page 36 is the owl, the barred owl. which this is again one of my favorites, just because this seems like it has a little more detail because of the leaves of the on the plant, the flower, the tree, and the even the so I think that's really quite nice, and that is $35. The chickadee is the next one, and that's on page 37. There we go. That shows the coloring a little better. Looks like a chickadee. And that's $30. And then the last one is a loon. And that's $30 as well. All right, so that's the chimes. And again, you can look through the catalog, see them better. Next is the jewelry. And again, the jewelry kind of got wiped out during the pre-order sale, I'm sorry to say. So quite a few things are not available anymore. First thing on page 40 was loons, and they were feather earrings that, again, are like, in this section, I have a lot of earrings that were shaped like the feathers like these, except about 3.5 inches long. So the loon ones are gone. I do I guess that's on the next page. On page 40 was the feather jewelry set, and that was gone. And then I just have the one pair of earrings for $18. So I apologize. Page 40, I think it's the loon feather. So see, that's what a loon feather looks like. I don't have the cutout in the middle of it. So those are $18. On the next page show loon what I call cutout earrings, because this is a shape of the loon. And on these, they have one baby on their back. And then I have a pair, I don't know which way it would show better, has two babies on the back. And so these are $24. So, one or two babies when you order. So that's the loon. That was and again, the feather ones, the loon feather ones that are the mini version of the decor feathers have sold out. On page 42 was cardinal earrings. Again, the feather ones are sold out. I do have the cardinal bird themselves, so of course the male cardinal. Those are $24. On page 43 is chickadees, and these ones I actually do have in the mini feather ones, so I can actually show you what they look like. And they're about, let's see, this is little chickadees in the trays. And these, again, they're about 3.5 inches long. I don't know how that helps you to see how long they are. So those are $32. And then I also have this pair, which is cardinals and chickadees together, which I think are very dark. Now, on these earrings, too, the birds are actually sewn to because, again, the birds are a separate piece than the background shape in the tree. They are sewn onto the earring so that they're not going to pull off or anything when you're wearing them. So these are a little bit shorter. And again, extremely lightweight, hypoallergenic, surgical steel wires, and of course leather biodegradable and all that. So after that was the barred owl. And again, the feather of the barred owl is gone. I do have the birds themselves. There we go, my little owls. Those are $24. And then on page 45 was a feather set that was like just the feather. And The set is sold out. I do have the one pair of earrings here. And these are longer ones. These are about 4.5 inches long. I don't know if that's a good way to... But still so lightweight. I don't even think you'd notice they're on. And the reason I do not wear earrings myself is because I am allergic to all the metals. Plastic, I cannot wear any kind of earrings. All these earrings, I should mention too, do have the little plastic. I do have little plastic backs on the back of all the earrings, and those come with them, and so forth. I don't know if people use them when they wear them or not. So that is, again, that was on page 45. So I just have the earrings. The earrings are $18. Next thing is some butterfly totes. So these are the most expensive items in the collection. And again, a long time ago, I used to do a lot of book covers, and I really love carving the nature scenes. And a lot of the scenes I carve are inspired by the beauty of New Hampshire here where I live. The mountains, especially, the rivers, the waterfalls, the rocks, the animals. Again, really have inspired me. And so I used to carve a lot of nature scenes on like notebooks and binders and journals. People don't use those things anymore. So I really was disheartened for a long time because it's like, what can I do? What can I make? So I have made a few tote bags. And again, the butterflies is the first time I ever carved butterfly scenes. That grew out of once I started making the butterfly jewelry and so forth. But again, this collection really is inspired by my need to paint and carve on leather and so forth. So like I said, people don't use the book covers. Everything's on their phones now. So I had to get some things, and people do still use tote bags. So these are beautiful leather tote bags. This is a nice, a light blue pebble grain, and it has this beautiful carved picture on the front. And honestly, this was a picture I had started years ago and really didn't know what to do with because I didn't do much with butterflies or flowers, and I didn't really know how. I didn't think I knew how to paint it, and I am very pleased with how it came out. This up here is a Velcro closure. So it does have a Velcro closure. This is a big pocket right here on the front. So it's a good sized pocket there. Once you open it inside, there is a separate compartment inside as well. There's this big opening in the back to separate, like you could put a laptop or something in and separate it. This is a good size. This is a pretty big tote bag. I don't have the measurements on the top of my head here. Pretty wide, sewn. Handles are sewn on. They're also riveted on. You can be worn over the shoulder. You know, it's flying along for the, and the length I make them is, I think they're perfect. If you have it over the shoulder, you can just set your arm on it like this, and it's a comfortable, you know, your arm isn't up. It's not, you know, scrunched. That's comfortable. That's where my arm lies when I hold it like this. So you can put your arm on the strap there and kind of lean on the bag. And to me, that's pretty comfortable. So this is, again, these are all $150. This is an enchanted butterfly tote. Next, we have the hummingbird tote. The handcrafted hummingbird tote. And see, now this was this picture that I used to do on journals and notebooks and things like that. Now, each picture I carve is always different. The picture, the thing that would be the same is it would have the birds in the nest. It would have one bird feeding them. The flowers would probably be different in different scenes. The leaves on the tree would be a different type of leaf and so forth like that. So this is beautiful. Hummingbirds, and if you can see here, this is a hummingbird nest that has a couple little babies in it there, and the mother feeding, or yeah, it is a mother feeding them because the father is the one with a ruby neck, so it's sipping the nectar, and the flowers all carved. This is a pocket on the front. Again, this bag zipper is closed. So it has a zipper closure at the top here. So in a minute, it has a zipper compartment inside as well. So there's a zipper compartment here that goes across the full length of the back. And then it zips closed at the top here. It has the extended zipper at the end there. So you can open it wider. And again, it's long enough to do over the shoulder thing. And again, hold at that height that I think is a comfortable height to hold it. And then the last one is a butterfly garden tote, which is a nice chocolate brown, smooth grain leather. And this has a beautiful, this would help if I get the handles out of the way, beautiful butterfly picture carved on it. And this is a front pocket. And yes, it does, it snaps closed. This bag snaps closed at the top, across the whole top. One big compartment inside, but then again, it does have the zipper, full zipper inside across the back of the bag. So you have a nice storage compartment there to keep things in. And again, all the straps have rivets, or in this case, it's the snaps, have the rivets, and they're sewn on. All the handles are sewn, and so forth, and they're a good height, again, to carry like that. So all the tote bags are $150, and there are those. All right. So now what is left is we're left with a few gift sets. I put together packets that had several of the items from this collection as gift sets and so forth. Some of them have sold out. Actually, I keep forgetting along the way. No, I guess those were under this section. Okay, so the first set is called Loon Lovers. And so it was a collection of loon items. And I just have this one set left. And so this has the loon decor item in it. So now this is the 3D loon decor piece, which I think is very pretty. This has the loon earrings. Again, which are about 3.5 inches long, very lightweight. Has a loon ornament that kind of is the same as the earrings there. And has a loon keyring, which actually I do not have right here at the current time. There's a keyring that should be in the set, shaped like the loon, somewhat like, the earring, obviously a little larger than that, and, has the keyring piece attached to it. So that's a Loon Lover set, and that set is $99. The next set is called Wildlife Haven and has a collection of 3 of the items from this set in general. So you have the bison decor. And again, these sets could be broken up if you thought different people would like different things. I really do love the bison because they're what I think the most 3D of all the pieces I have. So that's a medium bison decor, so about 10 inches long. This has the bear chime. And has the wolf ornament. The Howling at the Moon ornament. So that is the Wildlife Haven set, and that's $95. And that was on page 52. The loon set was on page 51. Now on page 53 was a Feathered Friends set, which was a group of 3, I think, home decor feathers. It had the chickadee, it had the cardinal, and it had the loon. That set is gone. So nothing on page 53. On page 54 was a butterfly jewelry, and they had 3 different butterfly sets. It had a monarch set, it had a Ulysses butterfly, which is a purple one, and it had another one that had blue and royal hair streak, I believe it was. Those all sold out. Those are all gone. So nothing on page 54. On page 55 was a barred owl ornament set, and I do have that, and that is 3 ornaments. And these gift sets do come with a gift box. It will be folded up in the package and so forth. They won't be actually in the box, but it will contain tissue paper and the stuff to package it. So this has 2 little. They show better when I put them in this corner. Yeah, this one. So again, the one on the stump, and then the one, and with the 2 in the tree, and then this one has the long. So all 3 barred owl ornaments, and this 3 ornament set is $65. And again, any of the gift sets do come with the little boxes, and that's all I've got. That's the collection. So I hope you really liked it. I do think it's a really beautiful collection. Again, next is the order form. There is a page at the back. Again, it basically, I followed it along the numbers. The only difference is the chimes, because they go with moose, wolf, all the things that were in this home decor section to begin with, the decor and the ornaments. The chimes are over here. But again, there's 3 different columns. If you look for the page numbers, you should be able to find what you're looking for. And you can either download this and, fill it out, the numbers. You're not going to pay for it right away, because I'm going to check to make sure I have what you want is in stock. Because like I said, this is a limited edition. Some of these things I only have 1 of left. It's going to be first come, first serve basis. Again, I have the question, if you can answer the question of when I started my leather business, or started making handmade leather goods, that will give you a free gift. So the first 5 people that answer that will get a gift when you place an order. And again, if you have any trouble with this, you can just say that, you have to email me the order. It does say that on the order form. Like I said, it does mention about engraving. That is not an option anymore. That was for people who ordered during the pre-order sale, which I will tell you about now, because that's what one of the benefits of being a VIP. So again, to order this, you have to either download that. You can do things like, you can say on page 35, I want the cardinal chime, or whatever. If that's easier than doing the order form. But you need to email me what you want. And like I said, then I'm going to send you an invoice with the items, tell you if I have them in stock, and with the shipping costs. Anything, if you order over $150, it's free shipping. Other than that, I'm going to figure out the shipping cost by the weight of your product and ship it to you the most economical way I can get it to you. So I will send you the invoice once I figure out what that is. So depending on what you buy and how big the package has to be and so forth like that. Things are pretty lightweight, so the packages generally are not going to be very heavy. So next I wanted to talk about being a VIP. A VIP is what I call the people that are on my email list. If you join my email list, which there should be a link on Facebook and YouTube at the end of the video where you can join my email, that gives you a 20% discount off your first order. So you can use that on this. And if you order something from this collection, you just need to know what that discount code is and put that in and tell me that. Again, you're emailing me this order. Just say I'm a VIP. My discount code is, and I will honor that. Again, I will figure that in before I give you the invoice and stuff. Again, benefits of being a VIP. I launch 3 collections a year. Sometimes I start out with a giveaway. VIPs are always the first to find out about the giveaway. this, I had a pre-order sale, which meant people on my email list got to see the collection before it launched. They got to see it last week, and for 3 days they could reserve items on from the collection and have them engraved with somebody's name or a date. Like again, an ornament, you might want a date on it, things like that. During that 3 day event. And I have reserved those items for them. They will now be shipped out now that the collection has officially launched and so forth. But they were not offered for sale because they reserved them. So that was their benefit. If some of the other benefits, again, special discounts. Sometimes they have a catalog and there's special discounts for my VIPs. It really varies. My live events and sales, things like that, have not gone anywhere lately. So, I'm not doing those as much as I was. So it depends what I'm doing, but you definitely get different benefits. You get to see behind the scenes, and learn a lot more about my business and how I make things and so forth when you're a VIP. You find out about when my in-person events are going to be, which generally are here in New England. But you can find out where I'm going to be and so forth for things like that as well. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for now. I hope you really enjoyed this collection. I hope you love it as much as I do. I hope you know, I'm sure most of us know some nature lovers out there that really would appreciate this. Even if you live in the city, this is a perfect way to bring some of that nature you love into your apartment. These are perfect to hang in apartments and things like that. They're small. They don't take up a lot of space. Packing to move and so forth, or to give to somebody, to ship to somebody. They're not going to be expensive. For somebody to put in a suitcase going home after the holidays or something, they're going to be lightweight. So a lot of advantages. And there's something you're not going to find anywhere else at all. They are my own creations. If somebody else is making them, they are copying me, because again, I don't even look at other people's things to get inspiration. I look at nature and then come up with my own designs from there. Well, thank you very much. Once again, this is Jan Hibbard, Log Cabin Leather by Jan. logcabinleatherbyjan.com is my website. Please check out the catalog and order some holiday things. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.